DJs BrewTube beer review. Well guys, it's Nitro beer time. You can see I've got a big ass Draught Can in front of me. And from whom will I acquire said Nitro beer today? Well, first of all, I acquired said beer from Average Joe. You rock, my brother. Thanks a million for sending this one. Shout out to you. We gotta start out with that now, don't we? Hell yes. Next, we get this from Street Brewery out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Shout out to all my good brothers up in Canada who watch my reviews and we do little chit chats. You guys rock as well. So, we have their Vanilla Porter Draft Nitro. Now, this beer is an American Porter. It's a year-round serving, 5.0% ABV and 26 IBUs. Now, they brew this beer with vanilla extract. They don't use vanilla beans, they're using extract, so it's supposed to have a big vanilla flavor. But you know what? Vanilla extract is a natural flavor that we use all the time. I know people bitch about it, oh, why did they put vanilla pods? Who cares if it tastes like vanilla and it accomplished what it's supposed to be and it's been made otherwise with wholesome ingredients? We're good to go. So, now, this beer, most times I would put a draft beer like this into a non-nic. Well, I've seen a lot of folks review this beer, and it's a very explosive beer. So I'm going to use, this is probably one of my biggest capacity glasses, 24-ounce stemless snifter. And we have a bowl here. Why? Because we're going to open this beer over top of the bowl. And I'm not going to upend it because I've seen a lot of folks open this up, and it just kabooms and genies out of the can. So we're going to get to that part of it now, aren't we? So here's our lovely can before we open it. I can already tell, like, the part where you crack it, it feels like it's bulging a little bit. Maybe it's the way they have a screen down in the bottom of this can, I'm told, that holds the nitro, as opposed to the widget, which is sort of a patented item that the Guinness or Diageo use in their beers. So, we're going to get this cracked open. I've got the glass closed. We've got this here, and let's see what's up with the Street Brewery Vanilla Porter Draft Nitro. There we go. It's coming up out of the can already, just as we thought. Look at that, nice and creamy. This beer sort of like glug chugs out of the glass, and it's also, from what I've seen, Headzilla. That's another reason I wanted to use this mighty gigantic glass. So there we go, got it almost all in. Hell yes. Look at that, guys. Old DJ calculated properly today, so I can move my bowl away to the side. I'm gonna let this head die down some, and we'll show it to you first. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous beer. I'm going to let this head die down some so I can get an aroma and taste and all this, because I got no room in that glass. We're going to let it die down, like I say, and I'll be back in a flash. Hey guys, I'm back. Impregna, or Mega Head, has finally died down enough. This is one of the tightest bubbles head that I've ever seen on a beer. Really classic nitro looking beer. You can see I've just agitated it slightly, and there's already glass lacing clinging to the side of the glass. There's no light. Well, maybe a little bit of light. This is a really, really dark brown with some red tones coming through it when you look at the light. Some kind of like reddish brown tones. Maybe like garnet tones coming through. But you can see really classic looking nitro beer with that head of super, super microscopic and tight bubbles. I mean, these are some of the tightest bubbles I've ever seen on a head on a beer. So, really nice looking beer when I swirl it. Just before we get into it, no alcohol legs to speak of, but plenty of clingy glass lacing digging up on the side of that already. So, let's get a nose on this, see what's up in that department. Wow. When you're greeted, the first thing you get is vanilla, vanilla, and more vanilla. After that, I'm getting a bit of chocolate, a little bit of toffee and caramel. A really faint, sort of light or weak brewed coffee. And some bready malts. That's about it. No hops to speak of, nothing of that, but this beer is all about the vanilla. It says vanilla on the can, and in the aroma department, there's no messing around. It smells like vanilla. So, let's get a taste of this and see if it lives up in the taste department as well. Cheers. Wow. Wow. The first thing you're greeted with this, when you drink this beer, is what? Vanilla. Big vanilla up in your face, not super like sweet vanilla, but if you would taste some vanilla extract like in a spoon, that's the level of sort of sweetness but profound vanilla taste. It doesn't taste artificial, but it's big vanilla extract strength vanilla up in your grill. It's as advertised. This is balanced out to me by some sort of like coffee and burnt sugar bitterness in there. Or even maybe like some of the bitterness, when you take straight vanilla extract and taste it, it has a bitter component to it. So it's like all that combined at once to create balance. There is a sweetness in there as well. So there's got kind of harmony in here. But when it says I'm a vanilla porter, you know, there is no mistaking this is a vanilla porter. It's a thin beer. It's a 5%er, so I didn't expect it to be, you know, not thin. But it's quite watery. You could drink this down. Super smooth. The carbon or the nitro in this is velvety smooth. Really easy to drink beer, and it's quite tasty for what it is. And I'm impressed how, as advertised, the flavor of this beer is. When you drink it, you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna have a vanilla beer. This is one of the most vanilla tasting beers I've ever had. Quite tasty. I've seen Chad, aka the Albino Rhino, try to chug this beer. This would be an epic beer to chug. It's not a thick beer, but I can tell by drinking a few drinks on this, if you try to chug this or drink this fast, that nitro would come back on you and punish you for trying to aggressively drink this down at a rapid pace. So, what do we grade a beer like this? You hear I'm kind of liking it. Let's see. Rate Beer grades this year-round serving as an 86, and Beer Advocate grades it as an 80. You know what? I think I'm going to go with 88. I think it's a B+ beer. I think it's tasty. It's as advertised. It's an American porter. You know you're getting into 5% land, so if it's a little thin or whatever, you know, shout out to you, Paul. I know you like, Paul at PA Brew News, I know you like thin beers, don't you? Anyways, it's a tasty brew, and I would drink this again, and I would recommend it to folks, and it comes in a nice, you know, tall boy sort of can here. And like I said, I'm most impressed with how as advertised it is on the can. And today in craft beer world, you know, that doesn't always happen. So I'm giving it B+. If you had this beer, let me know what you think. I appreciate your opinion as well. And I like the quid pro quo. So to the next DJs BrewTube, thank you million to each and every one of you for watching. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that like button. And also think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. Because those are all cool things. So until the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a bunch of love for you. And hell, what? Yeah, that's right. A big ass, a peace out!